Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for part 3 of Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch, on Cartridge, by the way. So we're continuing off. We're doing a full playthrough. We're doing a speed run here. We are at the beginning of what is normally Disc 2. Of course, the Switch version doesn't really say Disc 2. Of course, we are cheating on the speed run a little bit because we're going to use that little 3 times speed boost to kind of go through a lot of the cutscenes a little faster. That way these videos won't be 5 hours long a piece. And oops, I did not mean to go up there. Let's go back down. And it is my day off in the middle of my vacation, and normally I work a night shift. And Wednesdays are usually my Mondays. So I try to sleep during the day. However, every Wednesday, the landscapers in my apartment complex come and mow grass, which makes it really hard to sleep. Now, it's actually kind of nice because I don't have to deal with it too much because I'm now awake during my vacation. But the problem is, I'm trying to stream, and the guy out there is taking his sweet time mowing lawn. So if you hear a lawnmower in the background, that's what it is. Alright, now, oh, crap, run away. We're going to run away. I'm going to turn the TV down just a little bit so it doesn't go through. And I got some music playing in the background as well. I got it on low volume, so that way it doesn't go through and mute my video or anything like that. It's also Steel Panther, so that's definitely one that would flag the video. Also, I am streaming on Twitch at the same time as I record this. And apparently, to get like really high view count on Twitch, the popular thing to do is to have like a bikini in a kiddie pool exposing huge breasts with the bikini covering the breasts, or in a hot tub instead of a kiddie pool. So, I am going to show off a kiddie pool in a hot tub with big breasts and bikini over the breasts. Huge breasts, and they're actually natural, okay? Oh, not that one. There we go. And see, it says they're natural breasts, you know, if you kind of look in carefully. And apparently, if you sometimes accidentally show a random object in these streams, like if you're going to push someone, or you're being pushy, the word that rhymes with pushy, that also starts with a P, but doesn't have the letter H, if you randomly show something like that, but, just say it's accidental, and that helps increase your view count. Oh, crap! Oops! Oh, no! I accidentally showed something like that. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, I got to go away from it real quick so I don't get banned. There we go. Hopefully that'll help increase my view count. In a hot tub with huge breasts and a bikini. If that doesn't help get views, I don't know what will. Alright, so we're going to go up. We're going to grab a couple of these chests real quick. Ooh, bolt armlet. Let's equip this guy. Actually, let's equip it on Psycho Sid. And most of these items I'm grabbing are more to like sell, like the Hypno Crown. That's going to be sold. We don't need that. We're speeding through this game. In case you're watching in the middle of this, we're kind of doing a speed run. I am no speed run pro. I just kind of enjoy doing it. Of course, I also did a long play video of my original PlayStation 1 copy, which is on my YouTube channel, on my Sunday night long play videos. And since Sid's going to be kind of using the Comet spell, Might as well bump up his magic with this a little bit. I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but I usually grab it. Oh, did the lawnmower finally quit? Awesome! Power source. We're going to apply that to Tifa. Pretty much every one of these kind of boosting items we're going to apply to Tifa, or Gina Carano as I named her in the game. Because Tifa is going to be our main badass character that's just going to completely own everything. Just like Gina Carano. Just like her in real life. I wouldn't mess with her. I wouldn't want to piss her off. Alrighty. And we're just going to run from all these battles because we are speeding through the game as fast as we can. We got a back attack. Ugh. Keep running. There we go. Alright. And I got the restore materia on Gina Carano because she does not have the enemy skills equipped. So we don't really have to worry about her magic points too much. And that lowers her strength by just a tiny bit, but that's okay. It's not too big of a deal. Also, in this building right here, this is where you kind of go through some stuff and you find the records of Professor Gast, who kind of gives some of the background of Genova not really being an ancient and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. So we're going to go in the inn here. I think it's the inn, yeah. I'm going to grab this glacier map, because it is a key item that you need for the snowboarding coming up. This was the best snowboarding game on the PlayStation 1 back in the day. But of course we're being followed by Shinra and one of the Turks. Of course, we're going to hopefully not mess this up and dodge her punch. It's actually a pretty good punch to make her go rolling down the hill. She definitely does not hit like a girl. But we also got to grab the snowboard. By the way, today's video is brought to you by Red Bull. They are not a sponsor. It's simply helping me stay awake so I can make the video. That's what I mean by brought to you by Red Bull. Because I was trying to sleep in a little bit, and my cat Mako woke me up after I had a hard time sleeping most of the night. Because I'm not used to sleeping at nighttime. I'm used to sleeping in the middle of the day. But that's okay. Decided to go on a bicycle ride and went to the store to grab the Red Bull, trying to get my exercise. And also, since I work night shift majority of the time, I don't really get to enjoy the daytime that much. Because on my days off, I try to stay to the nighttime schedule to kind of help with sleeping. So since it's nice and springtime and sunny, kind of for a bike ride is a good excuse to go enjoy some nice weather. And not motorcycle, I mean like a bicycle. I enjoy bicycle riding a little bit. Nothing fancy, just, you know, get on a mountain bike and just go riding down the hill. Riding on a bicycle was one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid that did not involve video games. Even did some BMX. Oh man, I tried to get the green balloon. Even did like a little bit of BMX in 5th grade. I was never any good. I was a chubby kid out of shape, so didn't exactly win very many trophies. I think I won 2 and a 3rd trophy for participation. Yeah, they actually had participation trophies back then. But it was just a single participation trophy, but you still got like the great big trophies if you got 1st place. So it wasn't any of that bull crap of the only way to get a trophy is participation in that crap. God, if I can get just right, if you get to the very edge here, you'll miss all the trees. Oh, a little closer to the edge. Yeah, you can actually speed through this little part and not have to worry about hitting any trees. There we go. Actually, I meant to do it on the other side. That's okay. Yeah, and this is also one of the mini games that you can replay in the Gold Saucer. It's actually a really cool snowboarding game. I mean, it could almost be a game in itself. Almost. It's not like SSX. And I'm kind of sticking to the right here because there is a particular place I want to go because we got to grab the added cut materia. And if you pair the added cut with Deathblow, because I remember when I first played the game and there's like things like added cut. I actually missed the added cut when I first played through, which was kind of a bummer because it's one of my favorite materias. But those blue materias that you can pair with something that does like an extra ability, I used to think that it only worked with like magic and stuff like that. But on my second or third playthrough, I found out that you can do it with things like command materia, you know, like sense and steel, and in this case, Deathblow, which is really cool. So we're actually going to pair the added cut with the Deathblow on Gina Carano and make her attacks even more so. So we're going to hit him with a 1-2 punch. And all the battles here, we're just going to run. And there it is, the added cut. And it's blue, and it's kind of hard to see there. But we are going to equip it, pair it with the Deathblow, and we can put the steel right here. And we don't actually use the steel. The only reason we have it equipped is for the extra dexterity to help her speed. But that will definitely help pay off with a lot of these attacks coming up. And all these battles here, we're just going to run. None of them are important. And if you're playing this game on a modern system, like I'm playing on Switch, you know, if you're playing on Switch, Xbox, or PlayStation, that upscales this in HD, you can actually just kind of follow the texture. You don't really need to place the flags. The PlayStation version that I played through recently, a little harder to follow the textures. I'm going to go in here just to kind of grab this all materia. I don't really need the materia. The only reason I'm grabbing it is because I plan on selling it. That's about it. So we're just going to keep going north. And that's it. Gonna skip the cabin. We don't need to talk to the dude. And we're going to warm up. I'm going to pound the Y button, and then climb the glacier. And I hope that means 38 degrees Celsius, because otherwise, Cloud would already be developing hypothermia. Come on, gotta climb. There we go. Oh, and this guy here, we are actually going try and manipulate him. Do I have the manipulate? I'm on a big guard just in case. Might as well waste my limit break. Oh, I don't have manipulate. That's okay. He will eventually hit us with what we need him to hit us with. But since we're waiting, so this enemy here does a spell called Magic Breath, and we want to learn that, and that will definitely help with the spells going forward. Is this it? Yes. Okay. And we're just gonna cast it right back at him. And unfortunately, Gina Carano died, but that's okay. We're just going to bring her right back to life. Put another tranquilizer on her. Go ahead and keep everyone healed for now. So, secret cave right here. Walk in, and we can grab a second ribbon. Let's see, with her, we actually want to keep the fire ring on her for this boss fight that's coming up. Am I missing a ribbon? You know what? I think I left the ribbon on one of the other characters. Oh, well, that's okay. Well, we'll get it back. And we're going to do a magic hammer before we run away, just to get some extra magic points for Sid. Javelin. That'll help level up some materia a little faster. It's kind of what makes Sid a handy character. Got 5 double slots. And also, like I mentioned in my last part of this run, I do not know how to do the step counts. So we're basically just running away from all the battles. And you gotta be really good to know the step counts. It's pretty cool to watch, though. If you go watch some of the speedruns that people do, they're definitely pros. I am getting a lot of encounters here. Oh, jeez, come on. Okay, go up and up and up. And we got a boss fight up here shortly. And it's that two-headed dragon thing, and I hate the dragon. See if it'll let me change party members. It does. Sweet. There's my other ribbon. And we'll go ahead and save here for safety, just in case. And the reason I want 2 ribbons equipped here is because there's an enemy called the Marlboro. Not the cigarette, but that great big green bushy thing you see in every Final Fantasy that does the I think it's magic breath. Basically messes up your entire party. Let's see, what material do I have equipped? Okay, cool. So fire armlet comes in very, very handy. And this is kind of cool because you're supposed to drop the icicles down. It's supposed to do a certain amount of damage to them. But if you do a gravity-based magic attack on the icicle, it'll automatically drop them down. And you don't need to kill all the bats. You just need to do a gravity attack on the icicle itself, and that's it. And we need to do 3. We don't need to worry about the 4th one, because we don't really care too much about the item coming up. The item in the chest, I think, is just a mega elixir. Not really key. Of course, having the ribbons equipped here prevents them from getting silenced. And we're going to go ahead and do another magic hammer just to kind of keep our magic points up. Because we'll need it for the fight coming up. And we'll go ahead and save here for safety. Not really need to, but yeah, what the hell. Of course, got the enhanced sword that we're just going to sell. We're not going to use it all. And the reason why we don't use it is because the sword that Cloud has equipped right now doubles materia. And that's kind of more important. And I have no idea how cold Cloud has to get in order to die. I've never actually tried it. Alright, so here we're going to save. Make sure Gina Carano has the fire ring on. Fire armlet's on Cloud. Bolt armlet is on Psycho Sid. Make sure everyone's healed up. Now, normally you want to keep. I would want to keep Gina Carano at low health and attack the dragons that way. However, it kind of relies on a lot of luck because many of these heads are susceptible to the cross/stop ability. Of course, we're gonna big guard. Of course, this is where it gets handy right there. 0 damage to Gina Carano. And Cloud will actually absorb it. And I'm going to kind of concentrate on keeping my guys healed. And of course, she dies after I do the heal. Figures. Alright, so Phoenix down. Another big guard. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. We're going to see if I can pull this off. Oh, there went that. Alright, bring it back to life again. We're going to try it again. Of course, we got a magic hammer to keep our magic up. And I'm going to magic hammer the left head, because that's the one that keeps killing her. And I got to do another big guard, because we need that haste. Now, a lot of these attacks are going to rely on luck a little bit. But the added cut will help do some damage. Of course, kind of piss poor damage there, because we need to put death sentence on her. So eventually you get to a point where you drain all their attacks from, or they drain all their magic from Magic Hammer, and they can't do any more magic anymore, which is very, very handy. There we go, that's a little bit more. You know what? I want to start this over. See, that's the thing that gets me every time. I don't know how to predict that. I think it's like every 4 attacks you do to them, they do that Quake ability. So that's why I can't get the fight figured out too much. Usually what I do is I kind of pick away at the left head while magic draining the right head, and then once I get to a point where that's done, then I can kind of lower her health back down and then do the Power Soul attacks. Alright, so I'm going to try that again. And the first thing we're going to do, because I did the limit attack by accident, so I'm going to do the big guard. See, that will actually heal Cloud, which is very, very nice. You know what? Might as well use our limit. Because they're going to fill up again anyway. I'm going to do White Wind to keep our health up. And we'll have Sid cast Comet. And of course we need to Magic Hammer to keep our magic up. And how much will White Wind do? Okay, we'll have plenty of magic left. Such cool boss music. This is probably my favorite boss music in all of Final Fantasy games. Now I'm doing that trick where I'm manipulating the time, the active time battles, or I'm holding it into a menu during my animations. Alright. Sid's gonna magic hammer the right. And Magic Breath doesn't really do anything against these guys. So we'll just have him attack for now. So hold during my attacks animations. There we go. Oh, is he quaking? He's quaking. Alright, so we gotta do a White Wind. A lot of luck when you're, like, when the professional speedrunners do this, there's a lot of luck involved because whether the death blow hits or not, there's a little more luck involved in that. I'm going to do another heal. Oh, never mind. I guess it wasn't really necessary. Do another comet. Oh, here we go. Now's when I gotta do a heal. Actually, I think we're okay on the heal. Or we get away with... Oh, wait. What the hell, we'll risk it. I think Sid's meter will fill up pretty fast here. Yeah. We're picking away at the head pretty good. Alright, now we're going to do a White Wind. Perfect. Going to heal Cloud even more. I'll have 11 magic points left. Of course, we're going to magic hammer these guys again. Keep my magic points up. Oh, wait, this I'm a little worried about. Oh, that's not good. Might have messed this up. Oh, come on. Let's see, Phoenix down. That should be okay. Oh, come on! I'm running out of Phoenix Downs here. I don't have any... Yeah, now I kind of need that Mega... Oh, here we go. Use the Mega Elixir, recast Big Guard. Big Guard, I mean, you can see that Big Guard is really a key ability here. kept Cloud open so I can do another White Wind. I'm gonna readjust my headset. Oh, I drained that guy's magic. Okay. Cool, so the right head is completely depleted of magic. That's okay, we can drain the left head. Sweet. Alright, now we're going to do Death Sentence on Tifa. Let's see, use a high potion on Cloud. And do I got a Molotov? You got a Molotov. Actually, let's see if this works. Forgot to use a hero drink. I think that helps out. Raises her stats and everything. There we go. So even the death blow missing, the added cuts still do a decent amount of damage. Of course, you can't counterattack with any magic because we drained all of his magic points. Ugh, a lot of those death blows were missing. Alright, big guard for the haste. Try this again. Come on, I need you to hit. Ugh. At least the added cuts are helping. Dude, I am getting the worst luck on these death blows. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. And we got one more Phoenix down to bring Gina Carano back to life. Which we will do right before the next boss. And I think we're supposed to keep the fire ring attached. See, if I didn't leave that one armor on Eris before we lost her, that one does like it halves all elemental damage, and that actually comes in handy. So, because you got one that halves fire damage, another one that absorbs it, another one that nullifies it. Of course, here's the northern crater, which in the story is where Genova had landed, which caused a crater on the Earth, which damaged the planet, which is the planet gathering all this light stream energy to heal that section of the planet, even so many decades later, which ultimately becomes Sephiroth's plan to cast Meteor and... Oops, I want to go forward. And do that on a larger scale, and then be at the center of that and basically become one with the planet. Of course, you see all these Genova clones around here. Oops. Not Genova, Sephiroth clones. With tattooed... numbers tattooed on them. And someone's finally figured out, oh wait, I didn't need that tiny Bronco, I could use the airship. Even though there was some stupid story reason why they couldn't use it, I forgot what it was. Okay, here we gotta... Ah, god dang it. Go say, here we gotta wait! And then I accidentally run into it. That's alright. We need to absorb some magic points anyways. We'll magic breath this guy. I think that'll kill. Yeah, there we go. Cool, I got another Phoenix down. It's actually just what we needed. Alright, so we're just going to wait this out. Now we're going to book it. I don't know if you guys remember when Twitch plays on Twitch became popular. It started with Pokemon, and it worked with some other RPGs. I watched one of them one time, and they played Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if they used the PlayStation version with an emulator or what they did, but they actually got to this point of the game, and that's if you're not familiar with Twitch plays on Twitch. It's basically where it sets up an algorithm where the chat, like something reads the chat, and the chat actually controls the character in the game. And they got to a point where they got stuck on that part where you got to run through the wind because they didn't have it set up to where you could run with Cloud. You could only walk the whole time. So they couldn't get they couldn't get past that section. But still pretty impressive that they actually made it that far. And I used to chat with the one that played Final Fantasy VI all the time. That was a lot of fun. And then it kind of died down. They stuck around with the Pokemon one for a while. But all the other Twitch plays kind of died down. Then they had the one where it had Fish playing Street Fighter 2. That's when they had like a camera on a fish tank. It had a goldfish and some other colored fish, and like the section of the fish tank that they were at, the section of the camera would do certain moves. It was quite hilarious. Just go on YouTube and type in Fish Play Street Fighter. Alright, so Phoenix down, Tranquilizer. And of course, you bump into Sephiroth, who's not really Sephiroth. And this is actually when you find out that this is not really Sephiroth. It's actually Jenova in Sephiroth's form. But it's when I first played through it, or even a couple times, it was still confusing to me, that fact, because there was a whole cutscene after this before you come up with a real Sephiroth, and they still refer to him as Sephiroth and not Jenova. So I remember when I first played this, I'm like, all right, I'm actually going to fight him. And then all of a sudden it's a Jenova fight. I'm like, wait, what? So. This fight's actually pretty hard to die in, because he does all the fire attacks. And they'll do nothing to Tifa. And Cloud will just absorb him. We're going to death sentence Gina Carano. Run death blow now. Oops. I should have held that action, but that's okay. Oh, it hit him. Nice. Okay, I'm going to cross slash. And that will put stop on Jenova. And now I just have Gina Carano beat the hell out of him. Hold the action. That helps stop the timer as well. Oh, he's moving again. That's okay, we'll kill him with Comet. That won't do anything. There we go. Pretty easy fight. Almost a little hiccup there, but not too bad. Got the reflect ring that we're not going to use. Not Sephiroth? You mean this whole time we haven't been chasing Sephiroth? Of course, you recover the black materia. And he decided to hold on to it when he could just throw it off the damn cliff and no one could ever find it. Then we got the MP Turbo materia, which we are going to equip on Psycho Sid. And that'll help buff up these common attacks. And just in case we have another battle. We don't have any more boss fights, so we don't really need to worry about that. And we'll go ahead and save it. Mainly for convenience. I was going to say in case the power goes out, but I'm actually playing on Switch, so it doesn't even matter. This part sucks. Not only is it wind, but they add lightning as well. Alright, so here we're going to... Actually, I think those will de-equip automatically, so we're good. Of course, here is when they go through all the flashback stuff again, but then all of a sudden they start showing Cloud's memories, but how things really happen, which kind of puts things into question. So when you're first playing through this game, you're like, wait a minute, a black-haired Cloud? Which is, of course, the character Zack. And of course, Gina Carano is like trying to kind of hide it because she's afraid of what will happen to Cloud, like something bad might happen to him. Which, of course, that soldier right there on laying unconscious, and the one in the previous scene on the right side, that's actually the real Cloud. But it doesn't reveal that until later. And here it kind of gives you the backstory that you were one of the experiments, but he deemed you a failure and didn't give you a number. So I'm really curious. What I need to do is, God, I should have did this last night after I played the first couple parts, was watch all the cutscenes for Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I meant to do that, and I completely spaced it. Because I think that goes a little bit more into this. Actually, I need to just pick up and play the game. That's what I need to do. I only played it for a little bit, and I never really got too much into it, just because I had other things to play at the time. It's basically Devil May Cry by Squaresoft, or Square Enix. Of course, here is this giant piece of materia that they're like, wow, that's amazing. And you'll see this eyeball in the background, which is the weapon, which, like a great big monster creature, or creatures, which if in that snow town, if you kind of went through all of Professor Gas' old reports, you kind of read about the weapons, which are like the big creature monsters. Of course, he gets tricked to bring in the black materia. Because holding on to it while chasing Sephiroth apparently seemed like a good idea at the time, and not, hey, let's keep it somewhere safe and keep it away from Sephiroth. Here's a better idea. Just take a hammer to it. Flush it down the garbage disposal, you know, like the Time Stone. Of course, here you kind of realize that, you know, he's not really in control of himself. And he kind of talks and says, I hope you get to meet the real Cloud one day. Of course, here, then you see the real Sephiroth, which is frozen in materia. Well, actually, only half of him, because he's actually missing his legs, which I didn't even notice that until way later, like a couple of years ago. Which is why in the final battle, you only see like the upper half of him. See there, you can kind of see it. It's just mainly his like upper body torso. And you'll get another shot of it up here. And now you got the planet just freaking out. And Hojo's excited because he's like, yay, my theories are coming true. We are handing the black materia, which is now round for some reason. And yeah, there, you see Sephiroth, which is basically just a torso. Another reason why I need to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and eventually the next ones, is to really excited to see a lot of this stuff, the story stuff, more in detail. And now, because the planet's freaking out, the planet is going to unleash the weapons. Now, when I first played through this, the way everything kind of cut away here is I thought it was only one weapon. I didn't know it was 4 of them. And I thought, okay, maybe it's 2 of them. Because it kind of like sets it up like, okay, shows weapon, then it shows him kind of climbing up. And just the kind of the way it cuts away. I didn't realize it was 4 different weapons. It's like, okay, he climbed out, now he's looking down. It's like, wait a minute, his face is different. And I thought maybe he's just like evolving as he's coming out. It doesn't really show like all 4 of them in a shot. Here it kind of does. But that little part, when I first played through, it kind of went over my head a little bit. It's like, oh, it's a single weapon monster. Oh wait, is it a couple of them? Because the Dr. Gas reports only mentions 1 weapon, doesn't mention multiple weapons. Because they just refer to it as weapon in the dialogue. They don't say, oh, he's out fighting all the weapons. He's out fighting weapon. I guess weapon actually could be plural in a way, but eh. And also, it could be the translation as well. Like when they're translating from Japanese to English, they could have missed that a little bit, which is apparently common in a lot of these games back then. So apparently, the original release in Japan didn't have all 4 weapons and only had 2 of them. But it was like the re-release later that had all 4. So initially, the US got the better copy. Which didn't happen a lot back then. So it kind of makes you think that maybe Cloud died or something. Because I remember when my friend Rod, he was the one that got the farthest out of all my group of friends that were playing this, and he was saying, "Oh, guess what? Cloud died." And I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?" Because but there's another Cloud with black hair. It was like, oh, okay, kind of made you think that you get Cloud back, but he's gonna have black hair, but it's gonna be the same character or something like that. Or we were kind of like, when I got to it, we were kind of debating on, oh, is he alive? Is he dead? Because we tried to, the internet wasn't really what it was yet, and we kind of tried to stay away from spoilers a little bit. And also the game came out, so a lot of people were playing through it, trying to get to the end of the game. And of course, you see Meteor up in the sky, which is having no effect on tidal waves or anything whatsoever. You think they could just position that camera or that cannon just a little bit to just shoot at the thing? Alright, so here... equip some of the stuff that Cloud had dropped. Mainly the enemy skill. I'll go ahead and put on cover just to kind of level them up. Manipulate we don't really need anymore, so we're good on that. And we'll go ahead and save it. In case we mess something up, we can just restore it. And here they're going to execute you live on television to help make people feel better before they die from meteor. Oh, here comes the slapping. I love this. I never get tired of that. That's actually the one thing I'm looking forward to the most with the Final Fantasy VII remakes, is the slap fighting. So of course now the weapon is, or one of them. At the time I thought it was just D1. You got this big dude in a suit. That's actually Kate Sith. Or Majin Buu, we named him. I think we can just run from these guys. And try to open the door, and the door's stuck. These are some cool cutscenes. I really like these. Of course, the military town is going to board up. This kind of reminds me of the 1985 Transformer movie when they transform Autobot City for when the Decepticons are invading. Kind of left wondering, did we get it? Of course not, because it didn't even show the weapon. And it just comes up like Godzilla. Speaking of which, one of my coworkers let us borrow the Shin Godzilla movie. That's really cool to watch. It's very campy like the original ones, but it's new and it's filmed in a way where it takes itself seriously, even though the effects and stuff still kind of have that dated looking effects. It's really cool. It's really good. They actually did a really good job with it. I haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong yet. I've heard pretty good things about it. I've heard kind of mixed stuff, but if you kind of go in just not expecting it to be serious, it's really good. Eventually I'll watch it. Apparently that gas is not very effective because we're going to run around a lot and go all the way to the airship while Gina Carano is still alive. Maybe it's because Gina Carano is such a badass that she can withstand a lot of poisonous gas for an extended amount of time before it kills her. Oh, we gotta go to the airport. Oh, we're just gonna run away here. If we need to, we got enemy skill on Stevie Ray, so we can do magic breath. There's a part later in the game where you fight a boss. We're actually going to skip it, but there's a part later in the game where you fight a boss, and the boss is like a mecha weapon. It's like Shinra's version of like a weapon, but it's all robotic. You beat the hell out of it pretty easily. But I'm really hoping in the remake that magic hammer just in case. I'm hoping in the remake that it has like some cutscene of like the two weapons fighting each other, because I just think that'd be really freaking cool. Alright, so here, gonna use legs to grab the key. Do legs and head at the same time. Legs and, or head and arm. And then arm. And there we go. Untie ourselves. Then we open the door that's still stuck. And lucky for us, that giant Godzilla monster out there is kind enough to open up a door for us. With his nuclear breath attack, or whatever they call it in Godzilla. And he's really not standing at a good spot. He's not too bright, because he's standing right in front of the cannon, and boom! In the face. That was so cool when you first watching that. Now, when I first played this, because when I'm talking about, like, I only thought there was one weapon, there's a point with the submarine, and then once I figured out, wait a minute, there are two weapons, because there's the one that flies around and there's that one. When you go in the submarine and you see the emerald weapon, I thought that was the same weapon, like he had healed and recovered. But it wasn't until actually I played it a couple of times and talked to a bunch of friends and kind of rewatched some of the cutscenes, like, oh, okay, there are 4 of them. And some Shinra soldiers are not good at climbing down things. Yeah, gonna keep running. Just keep running toward the end of the cannon, because, you know, running down to a dead end, that's an optimal place to run. Of course, here's the name of the cannon, the Sister Ray. Good spot to name a cannon. And here's one of my favorite parts of the whole game, the slap fight. I cannot wait for this in the remake. They could have a remake, like one of the chapters of it, be nothing but this, and I'd be happy. Ugh. I was watching one of the Wrestle Kingdom pay-per-views a few years ago. That's the New Japan's version of WrestleMania, and it was like it was like the big one that when Jim Ross first did commentary for. I think it was Wrestle Kingdom 9, and it actually had a pretty good amount of American wrestlers in it. It had Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, which he was more known for in New Japan at the time before he wrestled in the States in AEW. But two of the wrestlers, and I don't remember who they were, but they had some MMA backgrounds, because apparently in Japan, MMA and pro wrestling is a little more hand in hand. They kind of go back and forth a little bit more. But they were slower, more technical wrestlers. But you know, they kind of follow the no closed fist a little bit more, so it kind of makes a little more sense. So they were slapping each other, and they were basically almost having slap fights. It was just hilarious. Because open hand slaps in pro wrestling are much more fun to watch than closed fist punches. Now, you want to do a closed fist punch in wrestling, you want to like actually have it be a disqualification if the referee sees it. That way, you do just one of them and knock the other wrestler down, have him like actually recovering, and you do that when the referee's not looking, so it actually looks like cheating. That's why punching in wrestling looks so stupid. It's way too fake. Keep forgetting to do the speed boost. Run to the operations room, set your party up, which doesn't really matter because we're going to lose Gina Carano here in a second anyway. Which we're going to just go ahead and just kind of undo everything she has. And we're going to go straight down to the one town we haven't been yet. Alright, so here we are outside this town. Keep the Gigas armlet on her. Actually, it doesn't really, none of this really matters because all it's going to be unequipped from her anyway. Now here, gotta get some key items. Go check out the door, and then over here we find a rusty key. And when you go to open up this door that is not really here, that's actually just a painted wall. I gotta make sure we do the second option. There we go. And we get the Cursed Ring. Cursed Ring is a key item because that way we don't have to cast Death Sentence on Gina Carano anymore. Plus, it greatly increases all the stats, like by a lot. Okay, all in the store, and all the other materia we're pretty much just gonna sell. And, oh, actually, let's grab, since we're here. Because these aren't really needed, but they do kind of come in handy a little bit. Yeah, just one. One should be fine. Go ahead and grab some items. So we got a decent amount of high potions. The Phoenix Downs we need. Grab 10 of those guys. Tranquilizers. We need a bunch of those. Now we're going to go to the materia shop. I'm going to buy a Destruct. Oh, gotta sell some stuff first. There we go. Buy a Destruct. Go ahead and equip it so I don't sell it by accident. Okay, we're going to sell a bunch of materia. Manipulate, we don't need anymore, so we can sell that. Is that it? Did we sell everything already? I think I sold it all earlier on Cosmo Cannon. Let's see. Restore. Okay, cool. I pretty much sold everything I needed to then. Oh, actually the alls. I got one all. Alright, I knew I had something to sell. Oh, and I adjusted my music playlist, so I got Van Halen playing in the background now. Alright, so that will keep because we're going to have Kermit wear it. Sell a Hypno Crown. Oh, yeah, I'll sell it anyway, just so it's out of the way. Sell that, sell that, sell that. Don't really need Water Ring anymore. Don't need the Enhanced Sword. Viper Halberd. That's not the one I'm wearing, is it? Just to make sure. Okay, yeah, I got the Javelin. Okay, cool. There's the Ether. Sell that. Crystal Bangle. Hold on to that. Power Wrist. We don't really need that anymore. Kaiser Knuckle, definitely don't need that. Don't need Poison Ring, don't need Reflect Ring. Fire Rings we don't need anymore. Eden Coat, don't need that. And now we're gonna buy 2 more HP plus, or 2 more MP pluses, and just a lot of HP pluses. Okay. Now, one final thing. Go back to the item shop. And because we're going to the Fort Condor, we're going to do a trick where we're going to go through it really fast, but we need to have just slightly above 4,000 gil. So we'll go ahead and buy some more tranquilizers. high potions. We need tents. Now we're good on tents. We need tents. There we go. 4,083. Actually, I think I need like 4,100. I don't remember. There, just in case. Just in case. Alright. So now we got everything we need in this town. Oh, someone's awake. Someone's awake and looking by the window. Let's hit her toy real quick. My cat Mako is looking out the window. She must see another cat out there or a squirrel or something. Or she's waiting for my wife to get home. And here we see Cloud is now a vegetable. Kids, you should eat your vegetables. Although the hardest part about doing so is the wheelchair. I'm kidding. That's a joke. By the way, this stream now and this video is brought to you by Kirkland Sparkling Soda. Sparkling water. No, they're not a sponsor. I'm just drinking it because it's helping me talk. Because keep me from having a dry throat. What's the matter, kiddo? Why don't you come over here? You can be in the stream. You want to be in the video? No? Okay, she doesn't want to. So basically, at this point in the game, you not only have Cloud, which you kind of thought died, but turns out he's alive, but he's a vegetable, so you can't really have him in the party. But Unicrono decides to stay behind and keep after him. So you've lost your two key members in the game. So it kind of sends you off to do some stuff kind of forces you to use some of those alternate characters, which is actually kind of cool. Most Final Fantasy games past 4, and I think maybe 5. I've actually never played 5. Kind of the earlier ones would have like a set characters. Not the first one, because that's all completely customizable. But this one, all the ones afterwards, you kind of have like, pick what characters you want. But this one, it kind of forces you to kind of backtrack on those other characters. Final Fantasy VI is kind of like the first half of it. You have to use key characters and kind of mixes it up a little bit. But the second half of the game, it's more play however you want. Kind of a little more open world. She must really see a squirrel out there. Oh, now she's going to go by the front door and cry. I don't let her outside on her own. Not without like a leash or putting her in a backpack, because I paid a lot of money for that cat, and I'm not going to let her out there and get hit by a car. There's a busy street right by our apartment, and she will run out in the middle of it. If we lived out in the country a little bit more, then I can, do that and not worry about it too much. Problem is, when we take her outside more, she kind of wants to spend more time outside. So we got like a backpack for pets, for like small pets, and we put her in that. We kind of wear it on the front, because that way she can have her head out and kind of look around, and we take her on a walk and stuff. And put her on like a little leash, and she kind of walk around. And she actually does really good on a leash when my wife is walking around. Not so much when I do it, though. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the curse ring on him. Now we still get the double bonus for materia. That's why we kind of kept that item. Alright, now we gotta equip the materia that we got. So we got enemy skill on Stevie Ray. We got enemy skill on Psycho Sid. And we're gonna... Oh, no, actually we're gonna keep that on there. And we're gonna keep another MP plus and an HP plus. What's the matter, kiddo? Why are you being such a pest? Here, come say hi. Say hi to everyone. Say hi. Oh, there you go. There you go. You want to watch outside? You looking for birds? Alright, and restore in all, we'll put on Kermit. Counterattack we don't want there. An HP plus and another MP plus. Where's it at? What about two of them? There we are. And we don't really need long range, death blow, add cut for Kermit, but we'll put it on there just for the heck of it. Why not? Alright. Hey, why are you being such a pest all of a sudden? Oh, here. You want some fresh air? I forgot I shut the door because of the lawnmower. There you go. Got a screen door. So she can get all the fresh air and smell all the critters out there. And... yeah, I know you want to be a pest. Alright, so now we'll go for flying, and we're going to fly directly to Fort Condor. And this is actually a really cool mini-game, but we're actually not really going to play it. We're going to skip all that. And we're going to run right by that guy. Why does my music keep stopping? You know what? I'm just going to restart my phone. I got my phone synced to my stereo. So it's playing music, and I'm not trying to have it up too loud so it doesn't play through the microphone and mute my audio or anything like that. Whoops, I want to talk to this guy. You know what? Those landscapers are still doing their thing. So I'm going to shut that window again. And it has been over an hour, and they're still doing it. Is that why you're freaking out? Are you freaking out at the landscapers out there? I want to talk to this guy. I don't want to be on the bench. There we go. You know what? I know what I did wrong. I'll go talk to this guy down here. There we go. He kind of gives you the backstory. Come on, come play with your toy, kid. Yeah, come play with your toy. This is one of her cat toys, by the way. I showed it off in the last part of the video. But it's a little Japanese toy. You put something here, you hit a button, and it's got like a little panda comes and grabs it and pulls it in. And a lot of the times, she will think it's something like a real animal in there. And she will actually push down the button herself sometimes, too. But she's not interested in it now. Alright, so here, we're just going to go straight to the fighting. We want to make sure we have just over 4,000 gil. And we are going to spend all that money, and we're going to buy the stoners. We're not going to put, like, any troops down. Oh, nope. Actually, I think catapults will work, too. But we're basically putting down units that we can destroy. And then we're going to start the game. Okay, and then we're just going to remove them. And because we can't put anything else out and all of our units are destroyed, it forces the final battle. And we could fight the battle and go through the whole cutscenes, or if we want to just be really, really quick, we can just kill ourselves. And skip all the cutscenes. And I forgot that he's got a thing to absorb it. And I just wasted some magic. That's alright. So we will do a magic hammer just in case. Just to get a little extra magic power, because we'll need it coming up. Just wait for him to kill me. He's doing a horrible job at it. There we go. And basically, they kick us out of Fort Condor. And that's it. That's all you really got to do. Alright, so we're going to cure ourselves here. And now we're going to use tranquilizers to buff with sadness. You know, it's technically not a buff. We're using it as a buff. Back to our airship. Now we're going back to Coral. So this is kind of cool. Is all the weapons that came out. I don't know if they came out, but they like shot out and landed somewhere. So here's where they landed. Like here's where one of them landed. And there's a couple craters out there. There's one underwater, and there's another one over here. And later, when you get the submarine, this is kind of cool. What? I'm trying to talk on the microphone, and you're overshadowing what I'm saying. Come here. Come here. There you go. Yeah, I know. So anyway, when you get the submarine, there's a hidden tunnel that you go under, and then you come up right here, and you dock the submarine on the bank, and you actually walk behind the waterfall, and that's where there's the lady who is Sephiroth's mother, but like the biological mother that, you know, gave birth to him. And if you have Vincent in the party, it has like a whole dialogue between the two. Like where she's asking if Sephiroth is still alive, and he basically tells her that, you know, he's dead. He's not really dead, but, you know, to help calm her to be at peace. See, I didn't push that. She's pushing it on her own. It's actually kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to go here, and we're going to go to that Mako reactor that we walked by earlier in the game. Yeah, I know, you're being a pest. Kid's being a pest. But she's a good kid. Oh, this is annoying. There we go. So you actually don't want to approach the reactor from the other end. You want to approach it from the town of Coral. Because otherwise, when you do the whole train sequence, it ends in Coral, and then you have to backtrack and go all the way over back to the other side. Oh, now you're climbing on my Xbox. You know, I really should put like a little camera on her all the time. I thought about that, rigging that, but the only problem is if I did that, I'm going to save it just in case I mess up. If I did that, she'd probably walk into the bathroom when I was taking a dump or something, so... probably not a good idea. Is she on camera? You on camera? I think you're on camera. No, you're just off the camera a little bit. That's okay. Probably going to add 20 minutes from her. That's all right. All right, so here, just going to magic breath these guys. And that's the end of them. So this is where magic breath kind of comes in handy. What? Okay, now you're meowing directly into the microphone. Don't get a Bengal cat unless you plan on giving the cat some attention a lot. Because Bengal cats need a lot of attention. Yeah. Are you going to watch? There's one of my videos I did when I played classic Doom, the Doom 3 mod that kind of recreates the very first game. And she was only like half her size at the time. And she was actually sitting like right here in front of the keyboard and watching the whole time. It was actually really cool. Okay, I know you're going to go behind wires and stuff, so you better not unplug the wires like you did yesterday. Okay? Oh, she found a box to play in. So she's behind the monitor that I'm playing on, standing on top of the monitor next to it, which is a CRT. What are you doing, kid? Oh, you're navigating through all that stuff. Okay. Alright. She basically wants attention. Alright, so Stevie Ray, we're going to have to do Magic Hammer. I'm going to pause it real quick because I know you're going to get in some trouble. Yeah, I know. You're a good kid. Here, why don't you stay on my lap? You want to stay right here? Yeah. There you go. Alright, down you go. So do Magic Hammer. Kind of regain some of the health. And here I'm just going to keep doing Laser. So I forget how much health these guys have. Okay, yeah, we're good. And we'll laser them again. This laser doesn't really use up a lot of magic points. Don't unplug any wires now. Alright, so every one of these little sections of the train is a boss battle. Alright, here we're going to Magic Breath a couple times. I think it's going to kill one of them, yeah. So we can actually Magic Hammer them. And we're going to have Stevie Ray do a Magic Hammer too to get him some more magic. And then have Kermit Deathblow him for the kill. Okay, we'll have Kermit heal the party here. So basically you gotta do all this in 10 minutes. Okay, and these guys here have a very high defense, but all you really gotta do is just laser them a couple times. Oh, you found a paper bag to play in. Okay, and this guy here, if I remember correctly, laser him, and then the Dragon Fang, I might be messing it up. Lightning damage to all opponents. Okay, yeah, so this thing's weak against lightning. Oh, not quite. Magic hammer him. And finish him off with a comet. Oh, he's still alive. There we go. I think I need to do another laser on him. That's okay. And after all that, we just gotta fight one lonely little soldier. He really doesn't have a chance. And here we got to stop the train. I remember when I first played through this game, I actually messed this up, and I didn't stop the train. I didn't know that was a thing. So it wasn't until my third playthrough of the game when I figured out that you can actually stop the train. If you stop it, they give you the ultimate materia, which we're not even going to use. But they give you a free stay at the inn. Restores all your stuff. And now we go back and see how Cloud and Tifa are doing. But there's going to be a boss battle there, so gotta put our sadness buff on there. So we're almost at the point where we get Cloud back and we can call it a day on part 3 of this video. And then I'll probably go give Mako some attention. If I wanted to, I'd go buy another HP plus, or an HP materia. But you know what? What the heck? I will. Because why not? Get anything to sell? Actually, there is one thing I wanted to do real quick. Equip. Take that off. Take that off. And we're just gonna remove everything from these two characters. And we'll buy one more HP plus. Which eventually, when they start leveling up, you have too many of them, they don't really do anything. But that's okay. There's really nothing else we're going to put in these slots anyways. And then all of a sudden, one of the weapons attacks. And you don't need to beat it, you just need to survive a couple turns. Let's see, do I have a toy for her to play with around here? Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to cast Big Guard with Sid. And just for safety, we'll put a health on him. And we're just going to keep casting heals. And we're just going to wait it out. And that's it. And then he flies away. And after this whole sequence, when you get your airship back and you get Cloud and Tifa back, there's spots when you're flying around and you actually look for them and fight them. And if you beat them, I think you get the Ultima weapon for like a sword for Cloud, which is the same as the Atma weapon in Final Fantasy VI that kind of looked like a lightsaber, where basically the more hit points you have, the stronger the attacks are. Pretty cool weapon. And apparently, she should have went the other way. Oh well. I got a feeling it'll work out just fine. So you fall into the life stream, which is, instead of this planet having magma or lava, it has life stream. So there's no volcanoes on this planet. I swear the landscapers in my apartment complex take their sweet time just so they can get paid more money. There's like 4 of them that come out here. Oh, you hear like the Kefka laugh from Final Fantasy VI. You can barely hear it there. Oh, now he's come up with a leaf blower. God dang it. Alright, so the guy with the weed ear is a little farther away now, so that's good. So here we're basically in the live stream, and we're with Cloud, and you see him within his memories in the live stream kind of trying to like recover his memories. So basically, in this point in the game, you're kind of piecing his memories back together. And try to discover the real Cloud. Ah, this headset's driving me nuts. Using a Turtle Beach headset. I really need to buy a better headset. I don't really use headsets that much, though. The only time I ever use a headset is actually when I'm streaming. And sometimes when I'm playing Xbox to talk to people. So we're going to try and speed through this as fast as we can. And they also figure out in this part of the game that not only do you find his actual memories, but his memories weren't made up. Because, like, you know, these memories could have been, you know, like actually made up in the laboratory for both characters, not just Cloud. So here it's like, okay, here's what I remember. And she actually starts to talk about it more, not cover it up. Where she doesn't remember Cloud coming, she remembers a black-haired soldier coming, which is Zack. And of course, early on in the game, when it had that whole flashback with in the well where they were talking about it, that's why they had that for the backstories, more for this right here. Oh, now she's in her other bed above the TV. I got my Vizio 75-inch in the back corner, which sometimes you see me having stuff behind it. But like right here, right behind me is my 32-inch CRT. And there's a rack over that, and on top of that is another one of her beds. That way she can lay there and kind of look out the window there a little bit. So if you got a cat, if you're not much of a cat person or you don't know how to keep a cat happy, the more access they have to seeing outside of windows, the happier they usually are, because they like to kind of look at all that stuff. Like if you have like an indoor cat that's been declawed and you can't leave them outside, don't declaw your cats, by the way. It's absolutely freaking torture. If you don't think declawing a cat is torture, they don't extract the claws. What they literally do is think of claws like sections, like a finger, just like any animal's claws or fingers. They don't extract the nail. What they do is they literally amputate like this part of their finger, this part of their claw, because that way you don't have anything growing back. So it's like, imagine like yourself with like this much less of a finger. That's basically what you're doing to cats when you declaw them, which is why it throws off their balance and everything. Some cats can do fine, but a lot of them, it throws off their balance. I mean, it's literally freaking torture. And also, if you have a cat that might be kind of playful, that's why they become more aggressive. Sometimes they can like bite you more instead of clawing, and not because they're actually aggressive, but their instinct is to claw things, so their backup is to bite things. Because usually that claw back, like Mako here, when I'm playing with her, there are times when she gets really rough. She will latch onto my arm, grab it like with her front claws, dig in, and then her rear claws will be like scratching my arm, and she'll just go ah. So a lot of times when I play with her, I have to have like a sleeve on or a blanket over my arm or something like that. I actually encourage her to do it, because that way if she ever gets out and she gets attacked by something, she'll rip it to shreds. She got attacked by one of the neighbor's dogs one time, just like some stupid little mutt. Not a big dog. Kind of scared the hell out of her because, wasn't really expecting it. And I was ready to go out and shoot the damn thing. Didn't hurt her. She was fine. It just scared her. If the dog would have kept attacking her, eventually her survival instincts would have kicked in and she probably would have shredded that dog to pieces. But, doesn't mean I wouldn't have had to take her to the vet. Yeah, it just scared her more than anything. So here they talk about like this backstory where Cloud remembers following Tifa, and this is kind of when you realize that he does remember things that she doesn't, so he does have his own memories. Talks about how when her mother died and she kind of just ran off the mountain and he followed her to make sure she was okay, and she got in an accident and they basically blamed him for the accident, which he had nothing to do with. Oops. Here we're at the very end, and it's the final piece to his memory, and you basically go revisit the Mako reactor, which when we actually went through this whole area in the game, we actually skipped this. Oh, so I saw a speedrunning video with a glitch, and there's actually a section. Oh yeah, so here's the fake Cloud, which is actually Zack, and he actually names him here. Yep. But when you go through like the initial flashback, there's a trick where you can save the game, and it thinks you're still in the flashback, and then when you come back to it, it actually puts you in that part of the game and use that as a trick for like a backdoor and do like a developer's room to go straight to the end of the game. I don't know how it works, but I watched a video on it. It was actually pretty cool to watch. So here's where he says, "I saw everything." Runs in to confront Sephiroth and stabs him. And this is when he reveals that Cloud was actually one of the Shinra soldiers the whole time. And he was never in Soldier like he remembered. When he was remembering all the stuff in Soldier, they were implanted memories or mixed up memories. Like, it was basically Zack's memories. And it was also living out kind of his fantasy as well, too. And there he is, like, yeah, I was here the whole time. I was right there. And if you go back and kind of watch the initial flashback when he first telling you the story, when you come out of Midgar, it all lines up as well. It's really cool. They actually did a really good job with that. I never made it as a member of Soldier. So because he was after this incident, when he was experimented on by Hojo, he's became basically physically built like a member of Soldier, so he has like all the abilities of a member of Soldier. But he never took off his helmet or anything and let everyone know, because he was kind of ashamed that he didn't become a member of Soldier like he told everyone in town he would be. I think a lot of this dialogue kind of goes through itself. Like, you mash A and it doesn't do anything. Of course, there's when he was knocked unconscious. Kind of played off like he was dead, but he wasn't really dead. Of course, here's where he remembers picking up Tifa and moving her over to the side, and it's like, hell, you kept your promise. So that was actually a real memory. It was just a different person, so. Pretty cool reveal, you know, when you're first playing through the game and you knew nothing about it and you're discovering the story as you go along. It was well done. And I never understood why Sephiroth had to cut the head off of Genova and leave the rest of the body there. Because apparently that's what you do to something that you think is your mother. Cut off its head. Which I'm hoping in the remake it'll kind of like explain that better. And here he gets impaled by Sephiroth's sword, but he survives it and overpowers him and throws him off the edge. And this is the last to happen to the real Sephiroth until we saw him recently in the northern crater frozen in materia. And this is why he's been missing the whole time. The whole time he basically got his butt kicked. You know, Cloud snuck up on him and stabbed him with that huge sword and wounded him and threw him off the edge here. So, and then of course Shinra came in and covered the whole thing up and rebuilt the town. So pretty cool little backstory. And again, I need to play through Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on PSP. Because it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to expand on a lot of that. And here's when all the pieces of his memory form in. And he's back to being his normal self, who he was supposed to be. And the first thing she starts doing is yelling at him. Like, oh, it's really you. Yep, it's me. You stupid jerk. Oop. About to play the music, but it didn't sync to my stereo. That's all right. We don't need music playing. We're good. Did my stereo turn off? It might have. So here we are. We're back to having our full party back. I remember when I first played through the game, I was really excited to have Cloud back in the party. It was pretty cool. And basically it comes with a confession that I was never in Soldier. It's just I wanted to be that. So it kind of comes to terms with his past and dreams and all that kind of stuff. And then there's the last couple huge materias, which are back in the town of Junin, with that big cannon. And we're going to equip, she still has the Gigas armlet, and we're going to put the curse ring on her. And then a couple ribbons. And I think crystal bangle's fine. Yeah, it should be good on that. And HP plus, HP plus. MP plus, MP plus, enemy skill, and cover. Both covers are actually leveled up enough. Actually, let's put them here. Let's see, for her, we gotta have our death blow and our added cut, of course. And long range to help out the added cut. I don't remember if I need the steel on her yet. I'll probably keep it on her. And then to get her hit points up. So HP plus, HP plus. Put 4 of these guys on there. And I can put a restore on it as well. That way she can kind of keep the party healed. And if I need to, I can replace steel with all. Actually, it's the luck I need. Yeah, I'll put the luck on her. And I got 2 more. Put on Sid. Make sure I'm not forgetting any. And if I wanted to, I could put counterattack on her. That doesn't really do too much good, so it doesn't really matter. And magic. Yeah, we're in good shape. And of course, the tranquilizers. Then we're going to go to the town of Junin. And now that we got Cloud back, that's what we're going to call it at the end of this video. So yeah, that is the end of the part 3 of this video. I'm going to do part 4. I'm actually probably going to start filming it pretty soon, but I'll have it up in a couple of days if you're watching these on YouTube. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Also, because my YouTube channel is a small channel, please share this video because that is what helps more than anything. Also, because I'm streaming this simultaneously on Twitch as I'm recording this to help get some extra views, here is some big breasts. Once again, some big breasts covered by a little bikini and a hot tub. Because I think that's funny. So, so yeah, please like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video.